Jake, a 12-year-old boy, was sitting in the living room, completely absorbed in his phone. He didn't notice anything happening around him, as if the world had stopped at the screen. Suddenly, his father approached and sat down beside him calmly. The father said, "Jake, can we talk for a moment?" Jake looked up briefly from his phone and replied, "Sure, Dad. What's up?" Smiling, the father said gently, "I've noticed you're spending a lot of time on your phone lately. Don't you think it's starting to affect you?" Jake quickly defended himself. "But Dad, I'm just playing games and chatting with my friends. Everyone does it." The father nodded and replied, "That's true, son. Phones are fun, but have you thought about what you're missing out on because of this habit? For example, yesterday you didn't finish your homework and you forgot we planned to go out together." Jake paused for a moment, realizing his father was right. He said softly, "I didn't mean to, Dad, but my friends were playing a new game and I just couldn't stop." The father smiled and gently placed a hand on Jake's shoulder. "I understand, Jake, but do you remember when we used to play soccer together? Or when you would read those adventure books? You used to have so much fun with them, didn't you?" Jake's face lit up slightly and he said, "Yeah, I miss those days. But Dad, everything is on the phone now. Games, books, even my friends." The father chuckled and said, "Phones are a great tool, but being addicted to them can take away the joy of other things. What if we try a new plan? Let's set some time for the phone and other time for different activities." Curious, Jake asked. "Like what?" The father replied enthusiastically. "For example, 2 hours a day for the phone, and then we can spend time outside, play sports, or even read some books. Try balancing things and you'll see how happy and relaxed you'll feel." Jake thought for a moment and then smiled. "It might be hard at first, but I want to try." The father patted Jake's head and said, "Great. Let's start tomorrow. First we'll play soccer, and then we'll pick a book to read together." Jake replied with excitement, "Deal! And I'll choose the book." The father and Jake smiled at each other, and Jake looked at his phone differently this time, ready to balance his life better.